space. The final frontier. These are the voyages of the Star Trek Fleet Command. Your mission: to gather materials and resources, build a base, train a crew, and launch powerful ships. To forge an alliance and grow strong together. To boldly play how no one has played before.
Greetings, everybody. Admiral Neelix here, and welcome to Server021. As you see, I am in the Borg Cube, and I am on my way to a certain system that is helping me be a little more efficient with my killing with the Borg Cube. Now, this first kill I'm going to do is kind of, how should I say, it's a demonstration of the ability of the ship itself. Alright, I'm going to try to make some people in my particular alliance understand a little bit on how this Borg Cube thing is kind of working. And of course, I don't do it with all the math and all that stuff. You know, this is just basically proof in the pudding demonstration just to show you. So, what I'm going to show you is that I only have Badgie on the ship. Now, as we know, Badgie has no captain ability, and there is nobody on the bottom deck, as you can see over here on the right of the screen. It is only Badgie without any ability, so basically this ship has no crew to it. Okay, as we're heading to the particular system, as you see, it's in amalgam space, and it's the level 40 area. After this kill, I will rush the ship home and get you to see what's going on and what you need to do. Alright, so in this system, I am aiming for a level 40 ship right off the bat. In the meantime, while it's flying there, I'd like to thank all the viewers, subscribers, all the shares, the likes, and especially the comments. You people have been giving really, really great advice, and I have been passing it along to people who it applies to, and we all can't thank you enough. You've made this community great by giving all those great compliments. Now, I want to touch on real quick. In the meantime, hold on, I'll get to that later. I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy here and show you, first of all, you see the hull on my cube has gone a lot down, so the strength of the cube itself was able to withstand the kill of that level 40 ship, yes? Then it was able to kill that level 31 in one shot. Okay, if I was to aim at that level 38, it would have taken its hull down a little more than halfway, and then I would have to kill another 40 to charge the weapon up to 100% again, and then use a cutting beam to kill it the rest of the way. Some of you are choosing to go to certain systems to kill one ship to charge it up to 100, and then flying to another system to kill another ship in one kill. So doing it the way that I'm doing it here, I'm not only saving time, I'm also saving grind time as well. Let's take a look at the cargo that I have in here. In this particular system, if I kill a level 40, I get some broken parts. In this case, it's interceptor parts. If I was to go to the Klingon version of it, then I would get battleship parts, I believe. Plundered cargo, I'm getting some of those as well. So when I take a full ship home, I have a lot more than that. What is this doing? It's saving me time from having to grind for broken parts, and it's saving me time from having to grind for the amalgam loot. All right, the plundered cargo. Now, the TDs, the technological distinctiveness, I'm going to refer to them as TDs. You're going to start getting a whole bunch of those. Now, what it's going to boil down to, and let me go ahead and get out of this screen. I'm going to go ahead and send this home real quick. Now, what it's going to boil down to is what crew are you going to use at a certain point to keep your ship alive. Okay? You keep it alive longer with a certain crew or different combos of, because not everybody has the same officers. You find your crew that's going to keep the ship alive a little longer. Use your bottom deck to help you hold maybe a little more cargo. But what I want to shy you away from is using an officer like 5 of 11. 5 of 11, I'm just going to refer to her as 5. Of course, those of us who know, she adds more cargo loot per kill. Would that be a good thing if it was just the TDs that you were getting? Yes, of course it would be. But you got to remember, you have to kill another ship in order to charge up those cutting beams. So when you're sitting there and you're killing multiple ships to charge it to 100, or in this case just the 40 by itself, what's going to happen is your cargo is actually going to push out the TDs because of the extra loot that you're getting per kill from the first ship that you have to kill to charge it. In this case, it would be the broken parts and the plundered cargo. They would build up and fill up a cargo hold much faster than the amount of TDs that you're getting, and then you'll eventually, and I think this is only unique to this particular cube ship, is it'll push out the TDs. That 68 would end up to be 0, or however many you got, it would drop down to 0 because the other cargo parts, whether it's these two or dilithium, partial security codes, whatever it is, they will push out the TDs, and you'll end up going home with none. Excuse me. So be mindful of that. Try to put on an officer on the bottom that might give you extra space down below, so that you can take a few more home, get a few more hits in, and maybe a little bit of impulse speed as well. You're going to have people in this system along with you, so as you're trying to kill certain ships, they might race to that ship as well and try to get that away from you. And so you want to try to avoid that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and speed this up. All right, let's go ahead and go into manage real quick. I'm going to show you a crew that I have that I will recommend on using for this. First of all, I'm going to go ahead and take out Badgie. I am going to go to my presets, and I'm going to come over here and pick Picard, Beverly, and Talon, but I'm going to switch out Talon by way of using groups. And let's go ahead and put, you know what? Let's switch Talon for Picard, go to group. Let's put in Chen. Okay? So Picard, Beverly, and Chen. Picard and Beverly being the higher grade version of the Pike Moreau combo. I find that once you have Picard and Beverly, you can start using them and still using Chan and Talon in their place for their certain ships, which I've talked about in other videos. And then now let's work on this bottom level. Okay, so for the bottom deck, I'm going to go Strength, and I'm going to add Grosh. All right, the reason being, look at his info. Look at his ADH, his attack, defense, and health. 13s across the board, almost 14s on attack and defense, yes? So what this is automatically doing is it's going to start raising your attack, defense, and health to make that ship last a little longer than with the help of just Beverly keeping your shields alive, and so on, right? Now, I'm going to want a little extra cargo space down here, so I'm going to go to below deck, and we have Enterprise E data, appropriate adjustments. Increases your ship's max cargo by 20% of base. Now, I could go ahead and go on and add, let's say, La'an, and put her on there and make that cargo space a little extra. However, I do want my ship to last a little longer to actually fill this, so I'm going to go ahead and go with my strength again. And let's go ahead and put in 6 of 11 in her place. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. And as you'll see, my ADH on the right here had jumped up to 450%. If I wanted to add another health officer, like let's say Nero, I can put him there, and you'll see that the numbers are getting a little higher in the health area. This will also help keep the ship alive a little longer. But I'm going to take him out, and I'm going to go ahead and go with I'm going to go with a lower deck ability person. Let's check the differences real quick so that I can choose the right one. He raises the cargo by 20%, and let's get out of there and find La'an and see her info. She will raise it by 30. So I'm going to go ahead and use her in there instead. Okay, so now I have as much cargo as I can hold using this particular crew. I could go ahead and use officers like DuPont or 2 of 11 or even the Stone or people like that. I could probably use those too and get even more cargo out of this, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with these guys, and I'm going to go ahead and send my ship on the way and go from there. Now, while the ship is on the way over there, I'm going to take you into my research trees under Borg support, actually, so that we can get the Borg stuff done. All right, so we're going to go to research. I have research working. That's why I had to go this route. We're going to go down to Xborg here on the bottom. Okay, we're going to scroll to this area here where you'll start seeing where it's referencing the Borg Cube. All right, first off, we have one that's going to help with warp range, and this is going to help for the Borg Cube. What you want to do is be able to reach these areas, especially that particular space, without having Cadet Scotty or Garouche on the ship, taken away from the integrity of the ship as far as your health and your hull and things like that. Armory defenses, as you see here, increases base mitigation stance for all of your ships. So doing this research will benefit every ship that you have in your fleet. Officer stats, goes without saying, BA base attack, defense, and health are increased for all officers, which is a good thing. But what I want you to take a look at, shield booster and hull booster as well, is Borg Cube weaponry and charge optimization. Okay, all the other stuff is basically going to be more for other ships. All right, but what we want here, Borg Cube weaponry increases base damage for the Borg Cube. There are a couple of weapons on there. Your energy weapons are going to be two that you're going to want to pay attention to. All right, maybe I should have showed you that before I sent the ship, but you want to take care of those more so than the other stuff. So when you get it to tier 4, go ahead and get your Borg Cube weaponry up as far as you can. In this case, it's 420. All right. And then raise the 2 energy weapons that you have in as your upgrades, and you should be able to accomplish what I'm accomplishing here. Now, you'll also have, I don't think the battle damage research and all that stuff, the battleship damage and everything that you do for that, I still don't believe that that has anything to do with the cutting beam. Okay. One of those energy weapons does say something about a charge, so I think one of those is actually the cutting beam. All right, so charge optimization. So don't get this confused with the power of the cutting beam. What this does is this makes it to where if I was to start hitting those 38s, then I might be able to do it in less kills, because right now, I've tested it before making this video, I have to kill about 5 or 6 of the 38s just to get the weapon, the cutting beam, charged to 100%. Whereas you saw, I was able to charge it to 100% just by hitting the 40. Okay, so you want to hit less of those ships. The less of those you have to hit, you charge up your cutting beam a lot faster, and then you're able to start attacking with one hit, with one shot, whatever other red you're going to aim for. So the less times you have to hit certain ships, the better it is for you. So Borg weaponry is going to be key in what you're trying to do there. All right, so we're going to go back, and let's go ahead and locate this guy. He just entered the system a little bit ago, so we're going to go ahead and show you again. You saw how little bit of hull I had left, and my screen froze. Okay, so you saw how little bit of hull I had left in the kill that I did with the with just Badgie on the ship. Essentially no crew, and now you see a big difference. I have a lot of my hull left, and now I'm able to come over here and find a level 31 and go ahead and start attacking that. Not attack, but I want to hit the cutting beam. Okay, and as you see, it's going to be destroyed right away. Right now, for those of you who are wondering, well, what if I go ahead and start charging the ship by hitting one of these? This is what I was trying to demonstrate in the area where I was showing you where research was. I'm going to go ahead and hit him, and you're going to see how little the percentage is. Now, if I went back after this hit and did that research, you might see that grow a little longer while I'm still in space, but most likely while I'm after, you'll see the change after I docked, repaired, and then sent it out again. So I don't want to sit here all day and kill all those 38s just to charge up that weapon. As you see, it will take me several hits to do so. So I'm going to go ahead and kill this 40. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and kill this 31 again. Okay. Now, that's basically as plain and cut that I can get this. I hope this helps you understand a little bit more on how this cube thing works. And good luck to everybody who needed this help, I hope. So until next time, everybody have fun and take care.